Hey, have you ever just looked up at the sky and seen a cloud that seems, well, totally out of place? I'm not talking about your usual fluffy, wispy clouds. I mean something smooth, almost sculpted, and it's just hanging there, perfectly still, almost like it's an object. Well, these beautiful and honestly kind of bizarre formations are way more than just a strange sight. They're actually a sign of something incredibly powerful happening in our atmosphere.
You know, from a distance, you can totally see why they get mistaken for flying saucers all the time. I mean, look at that shape. It's completely alien compared to any other cloud you'll see. So what are we really looking at here?
What you're actually looking at are lenticular clouds. The scientific name is lenticularis, and that name comes straight from the Latin word for lens. And honestly, that's the perfect way to describe them. They look like a giant contact lens just floating in the sky.
Their signature look is this incredibly smooth almond or saucer shape. Sometimes you'll just see one all by itself, but other times they can be stacked right on top of each other, almost like a pile of pancakes. But the weirdest thing, the thing that really gets you, is that they seem totally motionless, even when all the other clouds around them are drifting by.
Okay, so how in the world does a cloud just defy the wind and hang there? The answer is in this fascinating piece of physics called a standing wave. And here's the secret. It's not that the cloud isn't moving. It's that it's constantly being rebuilt in the exact same spot.
The absolute best way to wrap your head around this is with an analogy. I want you to picture a fast-moving river flowing over a big rock that's just under the surface. You know how you'll see a wave that just stays in one spot, right over that rock? The water is constantly rushing through it, but the wave itself doesn't move. A lenticular cloud is the exact same thing, but for the atmosphere. The wind is the river, and the cloud is the wave.
So here's how it all goes down. First, you need a big obstacle, usually a mountain, and a really strong, steady wind. As that wind slams into the mountain, it has nowhere to go but up, and as it rises, the air cools down really fast. Right at the very peak of that wave of air, if there's enough moisture, it condenses into the cloud we can see. But then, as the air sinks back down the other side of the mountain, it warms up again, and poof, the cloud evaporates. It's this continuous cycle of creation and destruction happening over and over in the exact same spot.
So, they're beautiful, right? A cool science trick happening in the sky. But while we're on the ground looking up in wonder, a pilot sees something completely different. To a pilot, that serene image isn't a thing of beauty. It is a massive warning sign for some serious, serious danger.
I mean, check out this quote from an aviation guide. It says it all. That peaceful-looking cloud is basically a giant billboard for some of the most dangerous conditions a pilot can ever face, especially near mountains. It's the visible sign of some truly invisible turmoil.
So what's hiding in there? Well, inside and all around that seemingly calm wave is just chaos. We're talking violent turbulence and powerful vertical air currents. Pilots also have to worry about something they call rotors. These are these chaotic, rotating pockets of air that can form underneath the main wave, and they are strong enough to literally cause structural damage to an airplane. And if all that wasn't enough, these clouds are often full of supercooled water, which creates a severe icing hazard.
To really put this into perspective for you, the updrafts and downdrafts inside these mountain waves can be faster than 50 knots. That is almost 60 miles per hour, straight up or straight down. That's a force so powerful, it can easily overpower a small aircraft's engine, literally pushing it down toward the ground no matter what the pilot tries to do.
And here's the part that's kind of wild, maybe a little counterintuitive, and how pilots actually read these clouds. A smooth, perfectly defined lenticular cloud, that actually means the wind is strong but steady. But if they see one with ragged, torn-looking edges, that's a huge red flag. It's a clear signal of extreme instability and even more violent air.
So when you boil it all down, what this is really all about is the ability to read the sky for what you can't see. The lenticular cloud is just the tip of the iceberg. It's this beautiful, visible marker for a massive, invisible system of incredibly dangerous air currents.
And this is where things get truly perilous. What happens if you have all the perfect conditions for a powerful mountain wave? The strong wind, the mountain, but the air is just too dry to form a visible cloud. Well, you get what pilots call a dry wave. All of that violent turbulence, all of the dangerous downdrafts, they're still there. But now there is absolutely no visual warning in the sky. So for a pilot, these visual cues are everything. It's like reading a secret language in the sky. A smooth, lens-shaped cloud tells them there's a strong, steady mountain wave. But if the weather reports are calling for super high winds over the mountains and the sky is totally clear, They have to assume there's an invisible, dry wave waiting for them. And of course, a lenticular with those ragged edges is the clearest sign of all to stay far, far away.
And ultimately, that's what a lenticular cloud really is. It's one of nature's most stunningly beautiful phenomena, for sure. But it's also a critical warning sign. It's a reminder that the atmosphere is incredibly powerful, and that sometimes its most serene-looking moments can hide its most turbulent secrets.
It really changes how you look at the sky, doesn't it? To know that such a beautiful, simple-looking cloud can signify so much hidden power and danger, it just makes you wonder, what other secrets are hiding right above our heads, in plain sight?